Hi, in this video I want to help you release some or all of the fear that you might have to live with your social anxiety for the rest of your life. Now I've written an article on how to step by step overcome the core reasons as to why you're not able to overcome your social anxiety, and what are actually the 4 steps to overcome your social anxiety permanently so that you're completely anxiety free. Okay, that is a level that is possible. However, mainstream kind of teaches that, well, you'll have to live with your social anxiety for the rest of your life and you can just manage it, and that's not true. And I speak from experience. I had a very severe social anxiety disorder myself, and many of the clients that I work with have overcome their social anxiety as well. You can get to a place where you're anxiety free because there are specific reasons as to why you're anxious, and you can get rid of those reasons step by step. Okay? And that article you can find right here. Now, this specific video is about me helping you to deal with some of that fear that you have. Because back in the day, that was one of the things that I was most afraid of. Like, I would be really afraid, like, wow, what if in 5 years I'm still really anxious? What if in 10 years I'm still really anxious? What will people think of me then? What will my life look like then? Or my career, or rather lack thereof, or lack of relationships, and how will people perceive? Just that would spin my mind, and it would freak me out, and I would feel really, really afraid of that possibility. So if you're dealing with that, I first want you to know that, read that article first of all, because you can overcome it. And second of all, that is a fear that you feel somewhere right now when you think about it. And in order to overcome your social anxiety, I found that there are certain techniques that work so much more effectively than other techniques. And the one thing that I found to be most effective by far compared to all the other things that are out there, NLP, cognitive behavioral therapy, hypnosis, while they're all great, EFT, the tapping technique, which looks really silly and stupid, I found to be far more effective, especially when you combine them with the principles of cognitive behavioral therapy and neuro-linguistic programming. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you to focus on that fear that you might have to live with your social anxiety for the rest of your life. So just think about that. It's like, God, what if I have to live with it for the rest of my life? And what will my life look like? And it's like, what if I can't overcome it? What if there really is something wrong with me? And when you think about that, just notice that you feel that fear somewhere in your body. You might be aware of it in your stomach, your upper stomach, maybe in your chest, maybe you feel it in your arms, maybe all over. And maybe you don't feel it somewhere in your body, but you just know that you're really afraid or anxious. Okay, so rate that on a scale of 0 to 10, how intense it is now. 10 is most intense possible, by the way, and 0 is, yeah, I feel completely calm about it because I know it's nonsense. However, you have that fear, rate it, and now we're going to do some EFT to hopefully reduce it and possibly eliminate it. So I'm going to assume that you already know about EFT, where the tapping points are. If not, pause the video, check out one of my videos, check out my website, or check out the EFT website, or tons of information you can find online. Okay, so follow along, start tapping on the side of your hand, and just repeat after me out loud. Say, even though I'm really afraid I'll have to live with my social anxiety for the rest of my life, I'm afraid I'll never overcome it. And there's a part of me that doesn't want to let go of this fear. There's a part of me resisting letting go of that fear. And I want to accept all parts of me. even though I'm really afraid I'll never be free of my social anxiety, that I'll have to live with it for the rest of my life. And a part of me is convinced that it's impossible to overcome it. Because I've heard and read that in so many places. I'm really afraid it's true. And a part of me doesn't want to let go of that fear. Maybe keeping that fear is protecting me from disappointment. It's not safe to get my hopes up. I don't want to let go of this fear. Maybe it serves as an excuse. And whatever the reason is, I don't want to let it go. But I do want to accept myself. All parts of me. Even though I'm really afraid that I'll have to live with my social anxiety for the rest of my life, that I can't overcome it, that it's impossible to overcome it, that it may be possible for other people but not for me, that I don't have what it takes, that it's too difficult, and that I'll never be anxiety-free. And I have all this fear when I think about that. And a part of me doesn't want to let go of that fear for whatever reason. And I want to accept all parts of me. Good. Tap on the beginning of your eyebrows. I'm afraid I'll have to live with my social anxiety for the rest of my life. So I ask, what if I never overcome it? On the eyes, I'm afraid I'm screwed. On the nose, what if there's something wrong with me? Chin, I'm afraid I'll have to deal with it forever. Collarbone, I'm terrified when I think about that. Under the arms. And when I think about it, I feel this fear. Just notice where you feel it in your body. Maybe in your chest, maybe in your solar plexus, stomach. Those are common places. If you feel it anywhere else or all at the same time, in all the places at the same time, just notice where you feel it. On the liver point, all that fear. On the wrist point, I don't want to let it go. Top of that, I'm afraid to get my hopes up. Beginning of the eyebrows, I do want to let go of that fear. Side eyes, but I'm so afraid it's not possible to overcome this. On the eyes, what if there's really something wrong with me? On the nose, I'm afraid I'll never overcome my social anxiety. Chin, I'm afraid it's not possible. Collarbone, I'm afraid it's true what I heard. Under the arms, but maybe that was just those people's truth. Liver point, maybe their truth doesn't have to be my truth. Wrist point, maybe there are solutions out there that I haven't tried yet. Top of the head, I'm still really afraid that I'll never overcome it. Beginning of the eyebrows, but there might be solutions out there that I haven't tried yet. Side eyes. And maybe what I tried in the past, on the eyes, weren't the right solutions for me. On the nose, or I didn't apply them in the right way for me. On the chin, and maybe there is hope for me. On the collarbone, I want to feel a bit more hopeful. On the arms, I want to let go of that fear that I'll never overcome it. Liver point, it's possible that there are solutions out there. Okay, so tap on the wrist point. So while you're tapping on the wrist point, there are solutions out there. Okay, I had a very intense social anxiety disorder. I've managed to overcome it. I'm totally anxiety free. It's possible for me. It's possible, many other people have done this as well, achieved it as well. It's very much possible, okay, when you apply EFT in the right way. Okay, so on the top of that. But I first want truth. on the beginning of the eyebrows, and that's okay. Side of the eyes, I still have all this fear on the eyes, but I want to reduce it even more. On the nose, there might be hope for me. Chin, I'm still afraid to get my hopes up. Collarbone, but there might be a slight possibility under the arms that I can overcome this. Liver point. Doesn't hurt to investigate more. Wrist point. So I can make an intelligent decision based upon experience. Wrist point. I want to let go of this fear on the beginning of the eyebrows and become curious. Side of the eyes. Other people seem to have overcome it. On the eyes. What other people can, I can do too. On the nose. I've not been successful in the past yet. Chin. I haven't been successful in the past. Collarbone. But I may be successful. Under the arms. Maybe there are approaches that will work for me too. On the liver point. I want to feel more hopeful. Wrist point. I want to research some more. Top of the head. Maybe there is a way out of this. Okay, take a deep breath. And relax. Just check in with yourself. Notice how that feels now when you think, oh, what if I never overcome it? Right? So that fear might have dropped, might still be there, might be a lot less. It might be gone. Alright? Whatever it is, EFT, that weird tapping that we just did, it really works when you apply it in the right way. Now, if this didn't directly work for you, doesn't mean EFT doesn't work, or it doesn't mean that EFT doesn't work for you, just means that it needs to be specifically applied to what's going on for you. This is a general approach for, people watching this video. Okay? But when you apply EFT in the right way, you can completely overcome your social anxiety disorder, whatever's going on with you, because it's not something that you're born with. It's something that you learned, all right? And what you learned, you can unlearn. And EFT, Google, use Google, find the resources, find the videos about the VA vets, do your research, and read this article about subconscious resistance, as that teaches you in detail why it is that you haven't been able to resolve your anxiety just yet. It teaches you why you have anxiety, and it teaches you the 4 steps on how to overcome it once and for all. Okay? So, hope this has been helpful. Please, if it has been helpful for you, share this video and share the article if you can. And if you like this video, hit subscribe wherever that is, either there or there. And I'll talk to you next Thursday. Bye.